Hello and welcome to On the Bench LFC. Thank you for joining us live on today's show. If you wasn't able to make this one live, but you're watching it back on a replay, please leave a comment down below and get involved in the topic. We always read the comments and we always make sure to reply to as many as possible, as always. But this one is the Liverpool taking on Spurs match build-up show. It's away at Wembley. It's Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. Wembley is also known as Anfield South. I want to get your views in this one. I am joined to start off the show by Connor, and I will be taking live call-ins as the show goes on. So definitely, Thomas says Colo shirt. It is my Colo shirt. You know, my friend, you know. Fist pump to Thomas there. Good evening, everyone. I hope you've all had a fantastic day as always. If you enjoy the content, then please leave it a thumbs up. Share it to your Liverpool friends as well. Get as many Liverpool supporters you know involved in the chat. As many Liverpool supporters as we can. It means that we get more views, doesn't it? Connor, how's your day been, my friend?
My day's been pretty good, thanks, mate. I'm bored at the minute. I'm just waiting for Liverpool, waiting for Saturday, and just waiting for us to thrash Spurs.
Yes, same here. I think a lot of Liverpool supporters are. Look, they're straight in. Look, everyone is so keen. Thank you to all of you guys that are joining us straight away. I am seeing 3-1 to Liverpool straight away with a few of the comments here. Are you guys bored? Like what Connor said straight away. It's been too long. International breaks. They seem like they take forever. We just want to watch Liverpool now, don't we, Connor, as you say? And we want to see Liverpool really, have a fantastic game against Spurs, firstly. It is away. It's going to be a tough test. But, Connor, I was reading social media over the last couple of days. And interestingly, as many Liverpool supporters I'm seeing are looking at this one quite positively and in a confident way, I'm also seeing some negative comments from Liverpool supporters. And as much as I look at this, it's a tough test, I don't like to see the negative comments, mate, because I'm seeing people say the Spurs are going to beat us. Firstly, what's your views on that? Do you think as a Liverpool supporter, do you think that's right that, Spurs, they should be looking at this, that Spurs are going to beat us just because it's at Wembley? What's your views on that?
I don't think we should be scared of them at all. It's like this Liverpool team, if you look at the first 4 games, we haven't got out of second gear. And this is like the period now where we should be getting out that second gear and going into the 4th or 5th. So I don't think we should be afraid of Spurs. I don't think we should be afraid of any team in the league. I think actually they should be afraid of us. Like I said, we haven't been good at the minute. But if we can get things going against Spurs, then we're the most deadliest team in the league.
Oh, 100%. We shouldn't be scared of anyone, like you say. Liverpool fan is saying a massive Red fan died in Ireland. I didn't see this, my friend. I haven't seen this at the moment, but need to have a look at this one for sure. Gary says international break kills you. The international break is horrible, mate, isn't it? Vanch says when is the match? It's Saturday, 12:30 kickoff, my friend. It's at Wembley, or formerly known as Anfield South. We shall put it that way. 2 weeks is too long, says Liverpool fan as well. Junior's in the building. Good to see you. Ali's in as well. Good to see you tonight. Kloppite says, what's up, Daz? And what's up to you, my friend? So, yeah, obviously people that have been negative saying about Spurs, I don't think it's because they're scared of Spurs, but I think they're just saying maybe in a weird roundabout way, this is our toughest test. It is away. And some of the comments that I was looking at were maybe suggesting that Liverpool might be prioritising Tuesday night and PSG. So it's a difficult one because, yes, that's Champions League. I don't think that Liverpool prioritise the Champions League any way, shape or form. Yes, it's a big game. Yes, some of the players might be thinking about that as well because it's such a big game for us, of course. But, Klopp is going to be sitting there talking to the players saying, we've got Spurs first here. And I think that the players are more than professional enough to know that we want to try and win the Premier League this year. So, Connor, in your opinion, PSG comes second, doesn't it? Tottenham first, get the points in this one, and then, and then we move on to PSG.
Oh, for sure. I think we need to look at every game as it comes. I think that you can't look beyond Spurs because, yes, they are a threat. They've obviously finished above us in a couple of years, which none of us like, but it's truth, but I think this game will prove how good this Liverpool team is. Even the 22 days of madness will prove how good this team is. But I think this is, out of all that, the toughest test, because obviously people are coming back from the international break.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Now, obviously, I have done my starting 11 and predictions. And as you say, you've got the international break there, so it could well come down to fitness with some players, but I will put up on the screen my starting 11 right there, guys, and I am going to get straight over to Connor as well, and you will see my score prediction up on the screen at the same time. But my starting 11 for this one, I'll read it out for those that may just be listening to this one, but obviously Alisson in between the sticks. I've gone with Clyne at right back because we have got PSG, but it's very close to it, and I think that Trent is going to have a big game against PSG for sure. Then I've gone with Gomez, Virgil, Robbo, and then I've got in midfield Gini, Milner, Keita, which I think the midfield, a few people are going to be divided over who starts in midfield, and Klopp is going to have a bit of a headache, I think, there as well. And then up front, I've got Salah, Bobby and Mane. Now, Connor, what is your starting 11? Is it the same as mine, or have you gone with different?
So I have only one change to yours, and that is I have Trent instead of Clyne. I think Trent's going to play this game and the PSG game, but I could see maybe Clyne coming off the bench to maybe replace Trent, or we could see like we've done previously with Joe Gomez shifting onto the right and then Joel Matip coming on if the game is secured. But I think we'll see. In my opinion, I think we'll see Clyne start against Southampton after the PSG game.
Yeah, because again, it is about thinking about the game that we got first, which is Spurs, as I said, and Klopp might go as strong as what he can, which would mean in an ideal world that Trent starts. But as you say, you have got Southampton after the PSG game as well. So, Klopp is going to have to look at rotation in this period that we've got coming up. We've got a lot of games thick and fast, some big games there as well, and he will be using all these players. But it will be interesting to see how Klopp does do his selections, won't it, for sure. But Paul says big Shaq to start at Spurs. Big question for everyone in the live chat and for you, Connor. Do you think Shaq could well maybe start against Spurs, or he should at least get some game time in this one? Because I think we're used to seeing Klopp maybe not make subs until late in the game, but Klopp could well make some earlier on subs. You said about Clyne coming on in this one for Trent. Do you think he makes some substitutions a bit earlier in this game, thinking ahead to PSG maybe?
I think if we're like winning the game pretty comfortably by around the 60th minute, I could see Salah maybe going off, or even Bobby at the 60th minute mark to Shaqiri, but I don't see him starting because I think this game we're just going to come out the blocks and we're just going to go straight at Spurs. We're not going to, like last season, we're not going to just sit back. I think this year we're just going to go at them with everything we got, and hopefully we can score like a few goals in the first half. Yeah,
so fully firing Liverpool, go at them hard, try and rattle them early, as I like to say. If you get at teams like Spurs like that, you know that you can get some success there, you can get some joy there. DZB's in the live chat. Good to see you tonight, my friend, with the Mexican wave straight away. We love the Mexican wave. DZB loves that Mexican wave in the live chat. Thank you for joining me, everyone, tonight, including yourself. Bobby says agreed with Clyne. So Bobby is agreeing with Clyne starting against Spurs. I would like to, and I'm very interested to see how many other people would maybe start Clyne against Spurs, thinking about the PSG game. So Liverpool fan says no start versus PSG or Southampton. Daryl says Klopp, we parked the bus before. Even when we beat City 3-0, we parked the bus. You need to change the approach differently. Ali says, goodbye to you, my friend. A song just come into my head there. I don't know what one it is, but it's like, goodbye, my lover. Obviously, Connor knows because we speak a little bit before the live stream. But Connor, what was I singing before we come on the live stream?
It's got to be your favourite Elvis Presley.
I was singing Elvis Presley before we come on the live stream, everyone. I said to Connor, I was like, Are you a bit too young for Elvis Presley? He said he is. However, he kind of does like a bit of Michael Jackson. There you go. Both are legends in their own right. But yeah, I was definitely singing Elvis Presley tonight. Stephen says, good evening, Daz, and all your Neville Clone. Good evening to you, Stephen. I hope you've had a fantastic day, my friend. So obviously, we're talking very much about Liverpool versus Spurs here. I want to know what people's views are with Clyne starting. Will it be Trent? Will it be Clyne? Does Klopp look at this and go, let's go with our strongest against Spurs, see who's fit enough to play against PSG? Champions League is a big game, but you look at the game that you've got first, don't you? And you go with your strongest in each game, I guess, is the way that you should be looking at it. Abraham says 3 to Liverpool. So thank you there, Abraham. Score predictions as well, ladies and gentlemen. Please give us your score predictions. You know, DZB's gone with Daz. I'm going for a clean sheet 3-0 LFC win. I love that. I love the confidence. I really like the Liverpool supporters with their confidence. It's good to see this year. Robert says it's time to unleash Fabinho. He must be possessed at this stage. Connor, for you, do you think Fabinho starts or gets some game time against Spurs? Or do you think he's unleashed, as Robert is saying there, against PSG? Now, a lot of people are talking about PSG and saying that he knows them, but I did say you've got to be careful with saying that he knows PSG, because it's fair to say that just because a player might have played in the same league doesn't necessarily mean he knows how they're going to set up and play against Liverpool in those scenarios. It could be different, couldn't it? So, does he play against Spurs or does he play against PSG? Is it time to see Fabinho? What's your overall views on that, my friend?
I'd love to see Fabinho, but at the minute, no, I don't think he plays against Spurs. I don't even think he's going to get on the bench, because I think he's going to start against PSG. For me, I think we could go against PSG. I think we could go to a 4-2-3-1 and kind of maybe accept the pressure from PSG and then just quickly go on the counter, which I think some people may agree on, may not. But he's comfortable playing in a 2, and this is what everyone's not really taking into account. It's like, he's played for several years under Monaco's system. And yes, Monaco do play a similar style of football to us, but he's played in a 2, not in a 3. So he is going to need a bit of time. Obviously, he's at the beginning of the season, but I would love for him to start this game, but I can only see him playing against PSG.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your views there. How many of you guys agree with that one? Do you see Fabinho playing against PSG, playing in a formation with a 2 there? Maybe Jordan Henderson plays alongside him. Obviously, Henderson has played that holding role for Liverpool for a while now. Do you think that would be a good holding 2 there? Henderson, Fabinho, sitting in front of the defence, as Connor said, soaking up their pressure, and then Liverpool hit them on the counter, hurt them. Can we do that? Is that the way Liverpool are going to play against PSG in that one? We don't know, do we? Against Spurs, Connor was saying about getting at them early, trying to press them, trying to hurt them as well. I've seen comments here saying about Liverpool being more defensive against Spurs, and I think the defence is a really good talking point. Obviously, speaking about the Spurs game, because I think that, my score prediction is 2-1. You can see it up on the screen there. I think that for me, I think our defence being as strong as what it is this year is I think we will win this game due to being defensively strong. I don't think it's quite clicked and gelled yet for our attack, and I think that will come. I'm not worried about that at all. But I think we've been a lot smarter defensively, and I think playing against Spurs, I think that we can hurt them, and I think if we get the first goal in this game, that's going to pile the pressure on them. They're going to come at us. We can soak up the pressure, as you said. Your tactics may be looking ahead towards PSG, and then we can counter Spurs and hurt them there. So that's my overall look on the tactics that we could see against Spurs. I think the defence is going to be key. Anthony says some changes in this game to keep them fit for PSG. Anthony, thank you so much. I can see it happening, mate. I really can. We do need to see some rotation. I've gone with that starting 11 for me because I feel like Klopp does need to make some changes, as you've said. But I just feel like Klopp's so stubborn that he might just go with that. Maybe put Clyne in there and go with that. I think the lads are good enough to deal with Spurs, maybe make some early subs and then push on to PSG. Kenny says LFC 3-2. Junior says 12-3 to Liverpool. He says he would rather see Trent as he offers more of a threat going forwards. I definitely agree with you, Junior, that Trent offers a lot more of a threat going forwards than what Clyne does. We spoke about it before, didn't we, Junior, on the channel? I think, Connor, we was talking about this, and I said that a lot of people have been talking about Trent hasn't been at his best with his end product so far this season. So maybe Klopp might look at Trent and go, okay, Clyne will be defensively solid for us against Spurs. Trent is defensively solid for us. His end product hasn't been at its best so far for us. So is it a massive loss if Klopp turns around and goes, keep Trent fully fit for the PSG game? Because it's a big one. What was your views on that, Connor?
I don't think it'd be like too much of like a quality gap. Obviously, Trent is better going forward for us, but it's like you said, if we're trying to just sit back and just kind of sit back, let them have the possession and just soak up all the pressure, I think Clyne would probably be better for that than Trent. Yes. But going forward, I would prefer Trent because I don't think Clyne has the edge to maybe make a cross that maybe Bobby can get on the end of, or maybe Mane can get on the end of. But if Clyne could maybe do that, then I think, yeah, he could definitely start against Spurs.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Thank you. Gary says, I agree, Liverpool have got to be more defensive, play on the counter-attack. So obviously we know that Liverpool's counter-attack is feared. You know, the one thing that really annoys me, Gary, and I've said it before, is that a lot of pundits and a lot of footballers, when they talk about Liverpool, they go, oh yeah, it's as if they only look at Liverpool like we're only good at counter-attacking, that we're just a counter-attacking team. Because let's face it, we're not a counter-attacking team, really, are we? Because we actually do hold possession in a lot of games and end up with teams parking the bus more so than not. Not many teams really come out and play against Liverpool, do they, for us to be able to counter them? But if we get a chance to play these teams and counter-attack like Spurs, hopefully we can counter them. PSG, hopefully we can counter them. It is one of Liverpool's strengths, isn't it? And we can hurt them when we do this. And it could be a big part. You know, defensively this year, we're smart and we're better. So against Spurs and against PSG, this is why I'm not scared. Like some of their fans are trying to suggest Liverpool are scared of us. Why should we be scared? We're better defensively this year. We can hurt you on the counter, and we're more than capable of banging in goals against anyone out there. Any football team ever. We've proven it, that our attack is one of the best in the world. You know, we can bang in goals for fun, and if it does click against Spurs, we will wipe the floor with you. We will mop up. So I'm looking forward to the Spurs game. It's been a ridiculously long international break. I can't wait to see Liverpool play again. It's going to be a tough test, no doubt about it. But I think that, you know, this game could really set up for Liverpool to show or to kickstart this 22 days of hell really nicely, to be honest. I feel quite positive. I know my score prediction is only 2-1, but that's me trying to be a bit respectful here, going, you know, that I think Spurs will get a goal in this one because they've got quality. I'm looking at Moura, and I think he's a good player. I think Kane always seems to get a goal here and there. I think sometimes he's a bit lucky in how he gets goals, but he scores, doesn't he? So I think, you know, they're more than capable of scoring against anyone as well, Spurs are. So I've gone for them to get a goal, and I think Liverpool getting only 2 goals for me is because I think that if we did manage to get 2 goals in this game, I could see us trying to hold that defensive shape a bit more instead of just overdoing it. I think that is the way Liverpool might set up. Leon says 4-2 to Liverpool. Thank you so much, Leon. Gary says, evening, Dazza. Fabinho must play at some point. I'll take 7-0, Dazza. Someone will get a batter in. Someone will, mate. Anthony also says, Simon to start. Shallow says, yeah, I know. Shallow says, for midfield for Spurs, I have James Milner, Keita and Fabinho. That would be a quality midfield, wouldn't it, Connor? Obviously, Milner, Keita and Fabinho, that's a solid midfield three, isn't it, Connor? What would be your views on that if we set up like that against Spurs?
Oh, I think that's a midfield three that can threaten anybody. I'd love
Hard working, all can put a foot in.
Yeah. I think if you watch Fabinho's highlights for Monaco, I think he's for like a tough, not so much a tough game, but if you've got like someone running towards you and you need like that nice guy to just come and slice you from behind, I think Fabinho is right up there. But well, Milner's there as well. I think them two. I think when we do see them two, I think them two will just be on fire with each other.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Klopp has said about Trippier might score a free kick. It's definitely a threat, isn't it, mate? When you're talking about Spurs and you're talking about their threats, I've touched on Mora. I think that he's a decent player for them. Are you looking at Trippier and his free kicks as well, aren't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like for England in the World Cup, he was deadly with that. But thing that we got to look out for is obviously Harry Kane from the corners, even Dele Alli. Spurs do oppose a threat. I think that they're probably the third most threatening team in the league, probably behind us and City, which probably could be arguable. Sorry. And I think that if we shut down Harry Kane, like what Lovren has done in the past, I think then they haven't got a chance to beat us at all.
Yeah, so you just think shut him out of the game and that basically eradicates their main threat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Junior says Spurs won't set up to attack; they're set up to contain us. What do you make of that, mate? Do you agree with him to a certain degree that, you know, Spurs might look at Liverpool here and go, if we attack them, we're playing into their hands. So do you think that, you know, Pochettino's a quality manager and tactically I rate him. Do you think he looks at this game and goes, if we try and contain Liverpool, that's our best chance of, you know, getting the 3 points in this game?
He could do very well. I think that
if it don't work, he will take a lot of stick and they will get a massive slaughtering, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, exactly. And I think that Pochettino, like you said, isn't stupid. He's one of the best managers in the league. And if we're all expecting them to come and attack us, but like you said, if they can I think if they can control Bobby, I think that was obviously going to be a threat to us, not scoring any goals. But if they do come and attack us, then yeah, I think that just goes right into our hands. But we just got to be careful if they don't change one or two things that we don't get caught out. Yeah,
just be on the ball, as the saying goes, isn't it really? Just be careful with it. Yeah, approach it carefully. Cameron says, people have forgot how good Clyne used to be for us in the past. He's better defensively than Trent, but not as good going forward. But he's still good going forward. He's put plenty of good balls into the box. He's continued this. Let me just find this. EG's in the building. Good to see you tonight, my friend. Daryl's also saying a draw is a good result. But continuing what Cameron is saying here, he's put plenty of good balls in the box. And if he wasn't good enough for Liverpool, he wouldn't be in our team. Cameron, you know, my look at it is, I agree fully that people have forgot how good Clyne used to be, because I've seen so many comments saying that Clyne doesn't get into the Liverpool squad or into the Liverpool team. I think when people say things like that, say that Clyne is rubbish and crap, you know, I don't agree with that. I think Clyne is a quality defender. I think he's really good defensively. He's fast at getting up the wing. And I think that he has proven that he has got, to a certain degree, he can whip balls in. I think the one thing that I look at with Clyne is there's different dimensions with what I've seen from Trent. I think Trent adds... The way I look at Trent is he's looking earlier to get balls in. You know, it's not just about running direct down the wing and trying to do a low-driven cross in. Sometimes he will try and commit the left-back into a challenge and he'll take him on and whip one in. Sometimes he tries to whip one in from the halfway line. You know, you don't know what you're going to get with Trent. And with Clyne, I just felt like there did come a time where I felt Clyne would either pass it in to midfield early, or he would be so direct, you know, he would get his head down and run straight up the wing, and then he would get to the left back and he would then turn and pass it into midfield. And it got quite frustrating for me. But I do remember Clyne, you know, putting in some good balls into the box. And I think he could work on that aspect of his game for sure, because I think that Clyne is a good footballer, and I personally don't forget how good he is. But I think, as you say, Trent is better going forwards, but it's, you know, it's something. I think if Clyne wants to look at trying to get back into the Liverpool team, then he needs to, I personally, just my views, I think he needs to work on his end product, and just mixing it up a little bit, because I think that's where Trent got the up on him in my look at it, I think personally. But that's not to badmouth Clyne in any way, shape or form. What's your views on that, Connor? Do you know what I'm saying when I'm saying about Clyne did used to, you know, sometimes it felt like he would just steam down the line and then he would hit a wall and stop dead and turn around and pass it into midfield, and it was like he wouldn't sometimes commit the defender as what Trent or someone like that would.
No, it's like exactly what you said. That was one of the most frustrating things probably in the 16-17 season, where Clyne would, like, he'd pop up to the halfway line, look down the right-hand side, and then just, like, pass it to Henderson, like, was right next to him. And I agree with you with the sense that he doesn't know how to do probably a Trent cross, where he can just go from the halfway line and just ping it, like, directly at Bobby. But one interesting thing is, I wonder if Clyne could do you remember the ball that Trent did, I think, against Brighton, that just pinged to, I think it was Salah? I'm wondering whether or not Clyne could do that or not. So I think that's a big factor in, like, the style that Jurgen Klopp plays in. Not undisputing that Clyne can't play that type of, like, football for Liverpool, but he does need to work on his forward going, because I think his defensive work, I think, is brilliant.
Yeah, like I say, defensively, Clyne was a rock. I always used to say, no one's getting past Clyne down that wing. I used to say it. I was so confident when he played there, no one was getting past him. But it was always, that was my thing that frustrated me. It was down that right side. I just used to be like, Clyne frustrates the hell out of me sometimes. He would make a great run down the right, and then he would get just to a defender, and it was like, here he goes again. He stopped and he's passing it back inside, or he stopped and he passed it back, and it was like, it got so predictable that we used to, if I was watching football with my dad or my brother, I would go, here we go, Clyne's making a good run down the right, but it's going to get nowhere because he's going to stop and he's going to pass it back or something. And it was like, if you knew that watching it, the other team knew that. And I think when you got someone like Trent there, you don't know whether he's going to whip across in from the halfway line. You don't know whether he's going to do a 1-2 with someone. You don't know whether he's going to take the defender on and then try and whip across it. You don't know whether he's going to take the shot on himself. And I think, you know, Clyne has done the odd thing like that, but not as regular as what I've seen with Trent. And I think that is the one area that I think Clyne could definitely improve on and would help him get into the first team with Liverpool for sure. What else have we got here? EG says, Daz, how is your son? He's all right, mate. He's still under the weather at the moment. Yeah, I think it's just kids, isn't it, mate? They catch everything that's going around, and he just got better, and then he got ill again. So, yeah, but thank you for asking, EG, mate. Hope you're good as well, my friend. Shallow says, Spurs haven't even beat us since last season, 4-1 at Wembley. So well done to Spurs for your first beat to Liverpool. We got our team sorted now. We can easily beat Spurs this time. I love that. On the bench, LFC is a legend, as always. Big shout out to his name, because he changed that. I can't remember what his name was before, but I used to say I loved his name, and he changed it to that, and I think that was a massive shout out to him for that. He says, hey Daz, I've got some really great news. Let's hear it, mate. I love that. I love great news. Especially when you guys have got it. Lovren's probably at home, says Junior. Joshua says, yes, Maddison would be an absolute bargain. I have given up on Fekir now. Obviously, Connor, you sent me an article today talking about the Fekir move, didn't you? And saying about the medical and why Liverpool probably did pull out that one. And it was a great read. Off the top of my head, I wouldn't be able to go into detail with it, but after reading the article, you can see, I think you can kind of understand a bit more. If you was Liverpool Football Club, you'd be like, okay, all right, yeah. To invest a fair amount of money into a player, that if that was popping up, then you would think, okay, I get it. You know, was that your views after reading that article on Fekir?
Oh, for sure. I think that Because what was the transfer fee? It was like 58.4 million, I think. And if you put in that, oh, go on.
Yeah. No, I was just because that was the rumour that I was saying, wasn't it? It's a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly, and a 5-year contract as well, which he probably would have had probably 180,000, which is a lot of money to put in a person. But scanning over it, I think what they were basically saying was because obviously since he's had the injury with his knee, he's had another further 2 injuries with it. And what the article was saying was if he continued having an injury, he could have osteoarthritis in the knee, which for a football player is not good because obviously the bones, the muscle deteriorates and the bones start rubbing together. So for Liverpool, that wouldn't have been a good investment at all.
Yeah, and I guess that's the bottom line of it. If they see something like that and they're looking at the risk of it, you get it. You really do get it, because it's like when you're looking to buy a car, isn't it? And you think, for me, if I'm looking to buy a car and say, for instance, I think, right, I'm going to buy a car for £5,000. It's £5,000 is a lot of money to a normal person. You think, right, I want to make sure that everything is working all right on this car. It's not going to break down on me in the near future. And, you get your mate that's a mechanic to have a look over it, and he goes, yeah, everything seems all right at the moment, but there's a few concerns there. And then you take it to a garage for them to have another look over, and they go, right, this is possibly going to go wrong in the future because this is going. You think to yourself, I possibly won't buy this car, because if it breaks down on me, in the near future, why would I spend £5,000 on that car for it to break down and I've got to go and spend another £5,000, for instance, in a year's time? You don't do it, do you? And I know that a car and a football player and that, it's just a different way of looking at it, guys. So, yeah, I'm gutted. The player's gutted. I love Fekir. I think he's a quality player. And there is a chance that he never does go. And I think the article even said that it doesn't necessarily 100% rule out that Liverpool don't end up going for Fekir in the future. But, it does point to the fact that that's probably why Liverpool didn't end up signing him, because you don't invest a lot of money in something that you think could break down, basically, isn't it? Mr. Mac says, hey chat, hey Dazza, hey Mr. Mac, how are you, my friend? Anthony saying we need Lovren more than Matip. Lovren is obviously more of a key player than Matip to Liverpool at the moment. You look at the situation before I say that we signed Virgil van Dijk, and a lot of us was talking about we need a partner for Matip, and then Matip, with how that went down and with his injuries and stuff, people are talking about Lovren is more key than Matip now. That definitely swung around on his head, didn't it, Connor? There was a time that Matip was rated more over Lovren at Liverpool, wasn't there? Do you remember it?
Oh yeah, when he first come in from Schalke, everyone was raving about Joel Matip, but now even I rate Lovren higher than Matip. I think that since the Spurs game last season, I think Lovren's reinvented himself at Liverpool and quoted the best defender in the world, which I think Virgil van Dijk is that.
Yeah. Oh, mate, obviously. That still makes me laugh. It really does. But I love Lovren's confidence. The one thing that you can't say that Lovren hasn't got is confidence, because that lad needed it, because he has took some stick, hasn't he, at Liverpool? We say it time and time again. He's took some criticism. He's took it on the chin, and he still goes and he still fights to wear the Liverpool shirt. And I don't know whether Lovren does feel the effects of it like some other players may have done in times. He definitely has felt it because he's commented on it, but it's just like he just knuckles down. He's like, no, he's adamant that he will prove that he's one of the best defenders in the world. And I wish him all the best, because, Lovren has proved that on his day, he is a quality centre-back. And something that I want to point out as well is I want Joel Matip to get back to his best for Liverpool, because I think Joel Matip is another quality centre-back. If he could get rid of them injuries, I think that we've got another absolute beast of a centre-back. He proved it, because he had some fantastic games for Liverpool. And I know people that watched him before he came to Liverpool and said to me, Daz, that Joel Matip, mate, is an absolute animal, and Liverpool have got a well good player there. So I want him to get back to his best, but he's another one of them players that falls into the category at Liverpool now. You talk about Adam Lallana. We all know how good he can be when he's 100%. 100% available. Daniel Sturridge, we all know how good he can be when he's 100% available. Joel Matip, we all know how good he can be. You know, we've got a few of those players now, haven't we? And we've had conversations about this, but oh, mate, honestly, I wonder how many of these players will still be around in a couple of years, what Klopp's plans are for those, how many of them he sat down and had little chats with. We don't know, do we? Do you reckon Klopp does sit down with these players, you know, has a little chat with them and says, you know, with some of the injury concerns and stuff that you have, do you reckon he has a little plan wrote out with them? That does go on at clubs, doesn't it? Do you reckon some of these players have sat down with Klopp and spoke about it?
I think that's a big possibility, especially
Daniel Sturridge definitely did, didn't he? Sturridge definitely had a conversation with Klopp.
Yeah, I think, when was that? I think that was maybe this time last year. I think that's what led to him going out on loan to West Brom. And I think that, well, it's like now with Adam Lallana, it's like he's probably sat down with him, and like we had a discussion on a previous live stream, is that should Lallana quit England to stay at Liverpool? And I think maybe if an announcement maybe in like, I don't know, like half a year is brought up saying Lallana's retired from England, maybe that might have been because of Jurgen Klopp, and maybe sitting down with him and managing him, which it might work, it might not, but I think
I just have an image in my head, Connor, of Klopp, you know, sitting down with Lallana, and Lallana, you know, talking to Klopp, and Klopp just, he's got a plate of biscuits or something in the middle of the room, you know, on a little table, and he just goes, yeah, Adam, like, help yourself to some cookies or something, mate. I mean, I'm going to break some news to you. And he goes, you know, if you want to continue playing football for Liverpool and stuff, you need to give up England, because they're never going to win anything anyway. So, you know, like,
yeah.
You know, I mean, like Klopp's magical laugh that he has.
It's like going to a parents' evening where like they're telling you off. It's like, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you're doing right.
Klopp loves Lallana. We know that he loves him, and I think it would be difficult, you know, for Klopp and Lallana to sit down in a room, and it will be difficult for any football player to have a conversation with a manager and have a conversation with themselves over thinking and making a decision over giving up playing for your national team. But, you know, like we said, Milner made a decision to prolong his playing career to, you know, not play for his national team. And it's something that we said that Lallana should be thinking on doing. And again, he's not available. And I think against Spurs here, I think if Lallana was fit and fully available, and with the PSG game and stuff, and with the 22 days that we've got, I would have been maybe looking at Lallana coming into this Spurs game, because I looked back a couple of years ago and I was like, right, Lallana, and some of the performances that he had, I would have been like, yeah, his legs in this game and his engine, if he was fully fit, you know, he would have been on the team sheet probably for me. But I know people would have differed with that one, but there will come a time that Klopp is going to pull him and say, do you think it maybe is time that you give up England and concentrate on Liverpool? Because I think Klopp would say that before he chooses to have a word with Lallana over looking for football elsewhere, because I know Klopp loves Lallana.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that, well, Lallana's one of his like favourite players, like you said, because we got to give Lallana credit. He is one of the best, one of the most talented players in that team. And I think that if he can sort his injury problems out, I think, yeah, he can definitely play for Liverpool, no, without a shadow of a doubt. But at the minute, he's nowhere in that starting lineup. Maybe if he was to maybe play against Chelsea or something in the cup, or maybe cup games, I think that's the only way we're going to see Lallana without being able to rotate. If we were rotating, then yes, I think we see Lallana a lot more earlier.
Yeah, Lallana could be a bit of a marshal in the cup games if you've got some of the youngsters on the pitch and stuff. I think Lallana could be like the leader for them, couldn't he, in a sense, because that's where I see him at the moment. And I think, you know, it's no discredit to him. I just think he needs that game time. And we were talking about the international break, and people were saying, and it was a very good comment, that they like the fact that he was going away on the international break because it was game time for him, that he wasn't getting at Liverpool, and then obviously he got injured again. But It's true, mate. It's true that he does need game time for Liverpool down the line, but he doesn't make it into the starting 11. I mean, you look at our bench as well, and you think you in midfield, you would say Fabinho gets a start over him, Shaqiri gets a start over him. You've got rotation players there as well. You've got Henson, Milner, Keita, all Genie, all fighting for them midfield 3 spots, and you go, right, it's just getting tougher. I mean, if you look at the next transfer window where people are saying we still need another midfielder, and you look next summer and you just say, as we said before, Lallana's name will start to drop down the pecking order. And that's why I say maybe he's had a chat already with Klopp. Maybe Klopp will start to have a chat with him. Maybe those cookies will be coming out sooner rather than later. I don't know. But I feel for any player that suffers with injuries. We've said it about Sturridge before, especially when they've got real talent. You know what I mean? Or I feel for anyone in general like that. But when you've got real talent and you don't get much game time, we saw Owen very openly speak about his playing career recently and say that, you know, I thought it was really good of Owen to actually be honest and say he wasn't making certain runs, he wasn't popping up in certain areas because then he couldn't get moaned at and stuff. And he's very honest about, you know, his time and how it can affect you as a player. And I think it would be interesting to see the likes of Sturridge and Lallana when they've maybe finished their playing career, if they was honest and what they had to say and see what they say, you know, about things like that as well. Stephen says, hello Daz, midfield 3 for Saturday, mate. What's your thoughts? Surely Fabinho is due for an appearance. Welcome to the live stream firstly, Stephen. Good to see you in here tonight, my friend. My midfield 3 is the one that you see on the screen, but I have no clue, Stephen, is my views, because I think Klopp could go with anything because of the PSG game's really close as well. I don't know where Klopp's head is at, but Fabinho is due for an appearance. You're very right. Does he start against Spurs? Does he start against PSG? Does he come on early in one of those games? He's got to get game time, Stephen. He's got to get some game time soon. He's ready. He's ready. But that's just me saying he's ready because I want to see him play. Klopp will know when he's ready. I trust the gaffer. I trust that Klopp knows when these players are ready. When Klopp decides that he's ready to play, then we will know and we will see him, won't we? Safe says Fabinho should play. There we go. See, another person. We all want to see Fabinho play, don't we, Connor? But it will come down to it. We will see him play when Klopp knows he's ready. And when we do start to see him play, you've got every faith that Klopp is like, right, that lad is ready, isn't it, mate?
Oh, yeah, exactly. And I think that no matter what midfield 3 or whatever team we put out, I think we have to trust. I think because we don't know what Klopp's going to do. Klopp could come out now and play. He could play Simon Mignolet in goal, which I wouldn't personally like. But yeah. if he thinks it's good, then we're all idiots if it's like that. But yeah, I think that it is about time that we see Fabinho in the team. But it would absolutely shock me if he didn't start against Spurs nor PSG. I would be absolutely amazed by that if that was the case.
I think that's a real key point there, and that's for anyone that's watching this back as well. Leave a comment down below, and for you guys in the live chat, I think Connor just did that really, hit the nail on the head there. If we don't see Fabinho against Spurs or PSG, I would be shocked. Even a substitute appearance, we've got to see him in one of those games. We have to see Fabinho, surely. Stephen says Mbappe would be a killer for us, but as you say, will never happen. Yeah, Stephen, I would love to see him. I would love to see him sign for Liverpool, but it's just one of those players that I think just won't ever happen for Liverpool, would it? But we can dream, can't we? We can dream. There's a few players out there that I've said in the time, oh wow, what a player they would be for us. And you start to think about, God, can you imagine him linking up with that player? And you just go, snap out of it, mate. Pinch yourself. They're never going to happen. What else have we got here? Nigel says Milner to be captain on Saturday. So yeah, who's your captain for Saturday, Connor? Obviously Nigel's going with James Milner. Do you agree with that? Do you think obviously Henson? I've said that Henson's not starting. If Henson doesn't start, because if he starts, Henson is the captain, isn't he? He's Klopp's captain. He trusts him. He backs him fully. If he doesn't start though, does James Milner get the captain's armband if he starts?
Oh yeah, obviously, because he's the vice captain. But if James Milner wasn't also playing, I'd like Virgil van Dijk to be captain, because obviously, moving on to another topic, he's probably, apart from them, probably the ringleader, if you want, of the team.
Yeah. You got some stats on Big Virgil, haven't you? Because he's won the Player of the Month for Standard Charter as well. But you said to me you've accumulated a few stats on our Virgil, haven't you? So, yeah, share with the world.
So, obviously, Virgil van Dijk has won the Standard Chartered. I think I've said that right. Probably butchered it. But, yeah, Virgil van Dijk has won that. He has made 240 successful passes, which is ridiculous. He has 11 clearances, 4 tackles, 4 interceptions, obviously 1 goal conceded, and 14 balls recovered when an opponent has come towards him, which shows that he can muscle off strikers, and just win us back the ball and pass it back to Alisson, or just boot it upfield for Salah or Mane.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast, basically. Them stats are just like Virgil van Dijk, beast, isn't it? Honestly, you read them stats out and I'm listening to them and I'm like, wow. Honestly, he's been such a great signing for us. There was some doubts when we signed him. There really was. And we're going into this Spurs game. Every week that I pick my team sheet, there is no doubt about it that Virgil van Dijk has to start for Liverpool. He's just one of the first ones on there. I want to quickly say hello to Richard. He says hello from across the pond, Daz. Hello to you, Richard. I hope you're good today, my friend. Good to see you in here. DZB says, Daz, I am going to go at 11. I am up at 4:30 in the morning for work. Oh, I feel for you, but good to know that you are going to be joining us on Saturday. That was a massive... I was made up that you said that, my friend. But yeah, fair enough, mate, that you got to go at that time. Obviously, work is a killer, isn't it? But thank you for letting me know. Yeah, Virgil's been a revelation. Obviously, he's got the Player of the Month, but again, humble, saying that, you know, all the players have been fantastic so far, basically, is what he said. Got the award, but he's right, though. You know, defensively, Liverpool have been solid this season. Gomez has been a rock. Robbo, outstanding. Trent, people are talking about he hasn't been at his best, like with his distribution and that, but let's face it, Liverpool have been really good defensively, and Liverpool defend as a team. It's one thing that is stressed. We defend as a team. We've been so much better this year. Do we put that down to just the fact that Virgil is in the team now? He's a factor, he's a part of that, but defensively, you know, with a new goalkeeper as well, we just look so much better, Connor. I'm so happy with, you know, us defensively this season. We needed it, didn't we, mate? We needed to improve there.
I'm the same as you, mate. It's like, for me, like, my player of the month was Alisson. I love Virgil van Dijk, don't get me wrong, but it's weird that I'm so in love with a new goalkeeper. I haven't been this amazed by a goalkeeper since Pepe Reina when I was a kid. But for me, Virgil van Dijk is obviously the best defender in the league, without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion. Obviously, some people will argue that, like non-Liverpool fans, maybe some Liverpool fans. But for the first time in probably 10 years, we haven't been happy with our defence. And every single position now looks solid. We don't have any leaks, any like missing people. We have one hell of a right back and left back. We have probably top 5 goalkeepers in the world, one of the best defenders, one of the best up-and-coming defenders in Joe Gomez, which personally I feel like he deserves a lot of credit for someone that was playing at right back last season and now is playing centre-back, and he looks like he's been doing it for years. But it's a question I want to ask everyone. Who do you think would be second and third in the voting? Because it didn't come out who was second and third. Mine would be, I said Alisson, but for me it would be second would be Joe Gomez and third would be Sadio Mane. I'm wondering what yours is, Does.
Yeah, I think, first, that's a great question. Please answer that in the live chat, because I think that's a brilliant question if you're watching it back. I think Mane and Gomez, yeah, second and third, Mane and Gomez. I think Gomez has been outstanding. I think Gomez should get even more praise than what he has got, because I think because people look at Virgil and go, you're not getting past him. I think people have been targeting Gomez even more so. So he's been even better than what we think, in my honest opinion. So Gomez has got a big shout there. And Mane, because Mane started this season really, really well. So yeah, that's my two there. But yeah, I think brilliant there, mate. You know, Richard says nailed it, caller. Mr. Max says I think Mane and Milner. Daniel O'Sullivan says, Daz, I love you. Giving you money. I would like to have a chat via Skype. Oh, Daniel, you want to call into a show, or do you mean you want to have a private chat at some point? Let me know what you mean there, Daniel. If possible, let me know, mate. I will be taking call-ins on a show within the next 5 to 10 minutes. We'd take some more call-ins on the show for definite. I liked to get Connor on just at the beginning, just to get his views out there. He's part of the team. Daniel says, Daz, get me live, please. There you go. So Daniel, do you want to call into the show, mate? If Daniel wants to call into the show, he's just donated £5. So thank you so much for that. That was absolutely ridiculous. Thank you so much. I was like, what does he mean? And then he's like, £5 donation. Daz, get me live, please. So Daniel wants to come on to the show. Massive shout out for you, Daniel. We'll get you on. So yeah, Connor, is there anything else before obviously I end up taking another Skype call here that you want to talk about before obviously you come off, mate?
I just want to say how much of a relief it will be now Saturday to sit down, put on Sky Sports and just watch Liverpool. Even the team sheet I'll be excited about. Like, this has probably been the worst time for an international break ever. And I'm so happy that it's over, basically. Yeah,
we can rest assured Liverpool is back, Connor. We hate it, don't we? Me and you talk every day, pretty much. And I think me and Connor have been moping. I think Liverpool fans, we really mope, don't we, quite a bit? And we were saying, as far as like Liverpool news goes as well, it's like, there's not a lot either. It's like the international break is like, no, we don't want to give you any Liverpool news either. There's just not anything out there. So it's like, oh no, get us some football. Give us something to talk about as well, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, exactly.
Massive thank you to you for coming on the show tonight, and we will be doing a watch along for the game on Saturday, and Connor is going to join me throughout the watch along, which is going to be brilliant. We're going to try it. We're going to test run it, see if it's any good. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and Connor, I can't wait for that one, mate. As you say, football, Liverpool, and watch-alongs really should be good, shouldn't it, mate? It should be good fun. So, yeah, Connor, hopefully you stick around in the live chat. If you guys have got any questions, if Connor's in the live chat, then obviously you can ask him, and he should be able to reply to you there. You going to stick around, Connor?
Yeah, I'll definitely be in there. And if people want that article for the Nabil Fekir thing that we was talking about, go and check it out in the Facebook group, because I'll post it there if you want to read.
There you go, guys. There you go. So, yeah, check out the Facebook group on the Bench LFC, Liverpool FC fans group. And you can also speak to Connor on there as well. He's one of the mods on that. So, check us out there, guys. Right, Connor, thank you so much tonight, mate. I'll speak to you in a little bit.
Okay, cheers, mate.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Sure.
Right, bada bing, bada boom. So, Connor, absolutely fantastic. It was really good to get him on the show here for tonight. Hang on 2 seconds. Daniel, another £5 donation. What is going on with Daniel tonight? Thank you so much for your donations, mate. You're an absolute legend for doing so. I'm just trying to work this one out here. He says, FC people will agree with me. I know Dad's remember me. I donated early. I am going to the City game. Get Dan live. Right, Daniel, phone me, phone Skype. Let's get you on the show, mate. Let's see what you've got to say, buddy, and we will hear your views. But yeah, massive shout out to Connor. I think Connor's been brilliant tonight. It was good to get his views. Hopefully Daniel can call me. I feel like one of them people. I won't say the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about, guys. I should be laying down, shouldn't I? Daniel says, how? Are you on Skype, Daniel? All you need is Skype, mate. And then, let me get this logo up. All you need is Skype. And then you just need to add that on the bench LFC. They're all in smalls. And then you can just literally, once you've got that, then just literally phone that, mate. And then, yeah, we can get you on the show straight away, buddy. Yeah, if you add that, mate, then you should be able to call me and that'd be good. We're just going to try and get Daniel on the show. Obviously, he's donated. He really wants to call in as well. I hope that you can find that, Dan. Because it'd be an absolute pleasure getting someone that's donated on the channel as well. Liverpool 1, Spurs 0, says Kamal. I would take it, Kamal. I would take it. It's a good score prediction. It's 3 points to Liverpool. It could be a scrappy game. It could be a solid defensive performance from us. I would definitely take that, mate. I would definitely take it. Yeah, Daniel, on Skype, mate, just literally search for On the Bench LFC, all in smalls, and then the logo is like the little cartoon logo of myself. Add that, and then it should come up with you being able to call me, my friend, and then I'll be able to take your call in live on the show. I hope that you can find that. With Shaqiri looking very in form, when will we likely see him, Dad, says Richard. It's a good question. I think we're going to see him soon. The same goes for Fabinho, because we've got a tough period now. We've got a tough season ahead, but we will see these people because we've got a busy period. Yeah, we've got Spurs on Saturday, then Tuesday we've got PSG, and then we've got Southampton straight after that. So no doubt we're going to see Shaqiri and Fabinho. We're going to see Daniel Sturridge. We're going to see Nathaniel Clyne. We're going to see these players play. There's got to be some rotation in there, because otherwise your players could get injured. They're going to be tired. They're going to get a bit leggy. And you want to pick up 3 points in the league. You want to get off to a good start in the Champions League as well. So no doubt we can see it. Can you post it here? Let me just sort this out on the bench LFC. Just search that, my friend. I can't get a link or anything for it, but search for that one in the type and you should be able to get it, mate. That's what you got to search. I can't post a link or anything like that because I don't have it for it, if that makes sense. There we go. Is this it? He says hi here. I think that's the one. Accept. I think we're off to it, guys. I think we've got it here. I think we're good here. If that was you that just said hi to me, mate, then we're golden. We're golden. Oh, he says, hello, Daz. Good evening to you, mate. Will says, FTM to you, Will. Good to see you tonight, my friend. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Yes. Dan's excited. Right, Dan. I will get the call going, mate. Let me just grab this. So, ding ding ding. We're calling. How will we do this? So I'm calling you, Dan. You just accept it if you can. No. This is great. He says Danny isn't online. Right. So Dan. You call me when you're ready, mate. Here we go. Keep it ringing, Dan. I'll just get the sound. There we go. Hello? Oh, no, it's gone. Great stuff. Dan's just got to get used to it. That's how it is. Diamante says, terrible day today. Oh, no, I don't like that. What's gone down, mate? Talk to us. Obviously, we're one big family on here. Hopefully we can cheer you up. It's the Liverpool Spurs build-up show. Get your score predictions in there, mate. Hopefully it will get... You know, your day will get better, my friend. We got to get this going. We have indeed, mate. We have indeed. DMG says, hello to you, mate. I hope you're good today. Gary says, Daz, I added on the bench on Skype. Good man, Gary. Good man. That's what I like to hear. We can get more call-ins. Hello, mate. Can you hear me now?
Hi, Daz. What's crack, man?
Yay. I'm very good, mate. How are you?
Can you hear me, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, buddy. I can hear you perfectly.
Man. Listen, I want a big shout out to you, man, and your channel. I think I've been watching like LFC TV, and there's not many other channels that follow the Liverpool channel, but you're doing the best, man.
Thank you so much, mate. I think, honestly, I really appreciate that. The one thing that I want to say is, like my channel wouldn't be doing as well as what it is if it wasn't for like you guys. I know you've been one of subscribers for a long time.
You're 100% on that, man, because there's loads of people out there, man. Like I've watched LFC TV and I still watch it, like, so we're all looking for different channels and who's doing what, you know what I mean? But if you're providing the content, even though I watched it last time when you gave kind of an update and people were giving out, you going, that's not the real thing. You were kind of going, listen, I'm just here to give an update, man. I'm not here to fucking provide the news and all that crack, like, you know what I mean? So I was telling all my boys, because here, follow this, follow LFC, the bench, man, and all the boys, all my friends follow it, like, they're all going, and it's kind of a bit of information, like, it's kind of a bit of an update and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna say big congrats to you on what you're doing, and it's a hard job, I understand, but congrats to you and all the people that follow it. Keep following, boys, keep following.
Thank you so much, Stu, man. Honestly, it's an absolute pleasure to actually get you on a call in, because I've seen you on the channel for so long, and
I've seen you around, man. Because I was out when I saw you on the live, and I was like going, okay, it's a guy inside in his kitchen, and he's doing his best, like, and I goes, give that man money, give him a couple of pounds, like, I was like, go on, have a pint, you know what I mean? It doesn't really bother me, like, I'm going to the City game in a couple of 3 weeks time and stuff like that, like, but it's not even you, it's all the people that follow you. They're all sound as a pound, like, you know what I mean? I'm a Kerry man, I'm from Dublin, Ireland. I love Liverpool, all my family love Liverpool. That's what we are.
Yeah, it's like you just said, it's the one thing that I'm really proud of, mate, and that is that this channel has grown. And from day one, I always said I wanted it to grow with the nicest people, polite and treat everyone with respect. And I always say, we've all got different views. But if we know and learn that, just to respect the other people's views, they might not have the same views as you, but if we listen to them and have a debate about it, then we can do that. We can have a channel that does do that.
The great thing about it, Dad, is, man, that everyone that follows you, man, we're all true Liverpool supporters. Like, there's none of this shit like going, oh, like, when Karius, like, fucking missed the ball and all that crack. I was in fucking Dublin, man, when they played against Napoli. And Karius came out, man. I was like giving Karius I was giving him socks, man. I was like going, look, you fucked up. It's grand. Don't worry about it. He's a Liverpool man.
Yeah. Exactly, mate. What's your views on Liverpool Spurs, mate? Come on, score predictions.
Jesus Christ!
Are you positive about it?
I have 4 points to make, and this is the points I was going to make to everyone. To be honest, the 4 points I was going to make was on defense, midfield, attack, and the general. Yep. So on defense, I was going to say that we're pretty solid. VVD showed Benteke who's boss. Alisson was like, yeah, Alisson's doing what he's doing. Yes, he fucked up, but Alisson does what he does, man. Alisson plays the back, man. Yes, he fucked up, but by God does he give balls out from the front, man. He can land the ball on fucking Mo Salah's fucking feet in 2 seconds, And that's what we want. That's what we want, man. That's what we want.
Yeah.
From the midfield, I would say what I would like. Who are you saying who would you like a midfielder?
Well, for this game, I went with Keita, Genie, and Milner, but I have no idea. I went with that one because I think they started the season really well.
Boys, we were driving down the road today, and he said, "What would you like a midfield?" And what I would like a midfield is definitely Milner, right? I'm actually the 4 point was Henderson, but we'll get on to that one. I'd like Milner, Naby, and I probably would like Genie. The reason why I like Genie is probably because he's played the game, he's done what he's done. If we get Fabinho in there, it's going to be, he hasn't been in there. This is Spurs. Let's not be light about this. Spurs have got a very good attacking, they are what they are, like, you know what I mean? So we gotta be clinical on this one. So so that's the midfield. So let's go back to the forwards. We're not going to change it, man. We're always going to keep the boys up front. You know what I mean? Salah, Bobby, and fucking Mane. That's not going to change, man. It's not going to change. But what I would like what I want Klopp to do is get in there, get the goals, do a 3-1 at half time, and then bring in Shaqiri. Just to rest us up, because we got PSG on Tuesday, man. That's all I'm saying. We got PSG on Tuesday. And Neymar, and all the boys will say it, Neymar will fucking go upside down that cunt. You know, I'm telling you, man. You know he will. He'll go up. If you touch off him, he's just going to jump upside down, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely, mate. I agree with you. I fully agree with you there. So with the PSG game, obviously just round the corner as well.
Roger.
Do you think the lads are going to be? That's going to be in the back of their mind. I'm hoping that they're all focused on the Premier League first.
I think Klopp is doing everything the right way, man. I think Klopp is doing it like game by game.
Yeah.
What we gotta do, win it. What we gotta do, win it. What we gotta do, win it. And that's the way you gotta think about it. You can't be thinking about 3 games down the road. It's the next game. What we gotta do, win it. That's. I mean, like, and the best thing that we've done this season, and everyone will agree with me on this one. And if anyone doesn't agree with me, they weren't here last season. We're winning games this season that we didn't win last season.
100%. It's the one thing that we were crying out for, wasn't it? Do you remember we were saying we need to learn to win these games? We need to learn to be better defensively. Yeah. It's no good scoring loads of goals, but then 100%. Towards the end of the game, we concede them goals.
100%. But like, do you know what? Do you know when you love a club so much, you're so scared. You're so scared. You're worried about the what if. But you know what? I was saying to one of the boys there today, man, he goes, what do you want in the Champions League? And he goes, I don't give a fuck, man. Bring it on. Anyone. If we're that good, I really wanted Real Madrid, man. I wanted to take Sergio Ramos and I wanted to drive him out.
I did. I wanted Real Madrid. So many Liverpool fans were going, go on, please put us in a group with him. Please give us
I wanted to take Sergio Ramos. I wanted to bring down the town of Dublin. I wanted to beat the shit out of him and go, how's it going? You fucking bastard. That's what I wanted to do. I swear to God, Daz, man. I was like, you fucking rat. You had to take one of our best out of it, and then you you upset the whole thing. But you know what the difference is this time, Daz? The difference is this time is that Mo Salah last season was our golden thing. Like, he was everything about us, man. He was everything about us. But this season, Sadio has picked himself up. Sadio has picked himself up. And if Mo Salah goes up, Sadio is kicking the shit out of everyone.
Yeah. Sadio's done so much better this year. I think he's going to start to win things this year. I think it's Mane that will win more games for us than what I thought Salah would this year, for us personally. But I don't know whether that's fully true, because I'm hoping that Salah has another season like he did last year, because that's only going to benefit us, surely. But Mane is a quality player as well. And I think Mane this season is going to want to be competing with Salah. And he started amazingly. And now he's got Naby as well behind him.
It's the same thing, Dad, as I always said, man. It's like, oh God, we got 2 guys looking after Salah. All of a sudden, man is kicking it in. Bobby hasn't even kicked off. The whole team hasn't kicked off. I'm just waiting. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping I'll be down in my hometown in Listowel at a race course. And I won't be looking at the horses, man. I'll be looking at Liverpool. I just hope they fucking kick off, man. Because it's only a matter of time. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, no, it's someone is going to get a spanking soon, aren't they? It's going to come, and when it does, Liverpool, everyone's going to be so scared of us. I think they're already scared of us around the world. I think everyone's talking about Liverpool, and I think the one thing that everyone was talking about Liverpool last year, but they were saying, but defensively, they're not good enough to win the league. Defensively, are they good enough to win the Champions League? That's all you kept hearing. But this year, from the beginning of the year, that everyone's going, okay, Liverpool are now defensively stronger. So if we prove that defensively we can be better and it clicks up top again, which it will, then everyone's going to go, okay, you can't moan about their defence now as well. Then why can't everyone start to say, all right, this is a complete package. Finally, Liverpool got the manager, they've got the players, they're great going forwards, they play the attractive football, they can also defend. You shouldn't have anything to be able to moan about then, should you? We should be complete.
Yeah, but listen, we are people. We are human. we'll always find someone that will complain.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that, are we happy with Klopp?
Yeah, I'm over the moon with him. What about yourself?
For me, like, I remember last season the boys were going and giving out about this stuff, and I just goes, listen, I have my opinions about this one, I have my opinions about that one, but Klopp is the manager, trust in him, he knows what's going on, he was there back in Mainz, he went up to fucking Dortmund, he did what he's doing, and now he's coming to us, and I love the man, I really fucking love him, man. Do you know what I mean? Do you know why? Because he hugs people, man.
Yeah, because he hugs people. Yeah, it's so true. He does.
He's like one of your best mates, where he kind of comes along and he kind of goes, "It's all right, mate. You missed out, but the next one you'll get it." Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
The next point I wanted to go on to with you, pal. Daz, I've watched you from the start of your fucking show, man.
I know.
I fucking supported you. I think you're doing a great thing. I support a couple of other channels and stuff like that. But I think it's not only yourself. You're doing a great respondents for Liverpool yourself, but the people that follow you as well, they're all great. They're all positive, like. That's what we have to be, is positive. And I've seen a lot of times that we were talking about fucking Henderson. I have my ups and downs about Henderson, so I'm going to give my pros and cons about Henderson. If people want to this be on it. If you don't. So my pros about Henderson is that Henderson is a true out and out Liverpool supporter. I say he would cut his mother's throat to get Liverpool a title. There's no doubt about that. There is no doubt about that. He is a fucking out and out Liverpool supporter. The thing about Henderson I don't like is probably he plays too many cross balls, too many back balls. He's not like the navigator that will drive on. And that's what we want out of Liverpool. I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but it's not what we want.
Yes. I've been exactly the same when it's come to Jordan Henderson. I've been up and down. I think the one thing that always stood out from me was I said it was always going to be a tough task for him because he was trying to fill the boots of, dream captain Gerrard.
No one can feel. The only person I've seen filling the boots of Stevie G is Arnold. Have you seen the balls that boy puts in? I know he fucked up in 2 games, man. But, man, he can put in a ball. He can put in a fucking ball, man. He's unbelievable. But apart from the fact, that's not Jordan. Jordan's role is what his role is. Is he doing what he's supposed to do? You know, a lot of people will be... There's a lot of people that are not happy with him because he's not driving on. But does everyone remember the goal he scored against Chelsea back in the last season? It was a cracker outside the box, you know what I mean? So, it's kind of... we kind of have to roll in 2 ways. Either we be patient and trust in Jurgen, or we get upset about things. But either way, whatever you like, there's this fad about, are we dedicated to Jordan Henderson? Are we kind of in this moment where we have to respect Jordan Henderson because he's been there? I don't know whether we should be, or are we? What do you think?
I think Jordan Henderson has won a lot more fans around these days. I think that he will continue to do that, but I still feel that you're either a Jordan Henderson fan or you're not.
Yes, that's the thing.
I think if you don't like him, you never will.
Do you think he's more defensive midfielder or attacking midfield?
No, see, I don't think it ever suited him playing that holding role personally. I think one of my main things that I ever, that did say that Jordan Henderson wasn't great was I said consistently he never performed for me. I said that he had great games and he had some games where I was like, where was he? And I said it was a consistency thing as well. I said that came around the time where he got made this holding role, and I was like, I don't think Jordan Henderson will ever be a world-class holding midfielder. It's not his natural position. And I was kind of hoping that we got Fabinho in and this will free up Jordan Henderson to be able to have a bit more of a freer role in midfield. And I think that you will see better performances from him there. But, the general feeling from the other people that I've spoke to on the channel about that is they're saying he hasn't got the legs to be able to do that anymore, to be able to play more of a box-to-box.
I don't think it is, man. It's because he keeps playing balls sideways and backways. Like people, like I'm a genuine supporter, like you are and everyone else, but you're mainstream now. But everyone else was saying to me going, he's not driving forward. And everyone wants Liverpool to attack.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and he's one of the players that he's not going to grab the ball and he's going to really drive out a team.
But Naby Keita will go through a fucking brick wall. Naby Keita will hold the ball in his teeth, drive through a wall, drive through the Burnham wall, drive through a fucking China wall, and get there. That's Naby.
Yeah,
That's what he does, like, you know, and that's why we bought him, like, you know.
yeah.
They want Jordan to do the same. They want a bit of aggression.
Do you think he's lost that a bit since he's been playing this holding role? Because I think earlier on, you know, when he was at Liverpool, I definitely saw him doing a bit more driving than what he does now. I think he has lost that a bit, being put in this holding role.
When I saw Jordan in the World Cup and I saw him throwing headers and everything, I was like, oh man, come back to Liverpool, man. Keep doing what you're doing. But then he comes back and he goes back into a different zone. Like, he's scared. Like, I mean, any success in life, you have to take a risk.
Yeah.
And that's what Liverpool are doing right now. A coordinated risk through Jurgen Klopp. Like I've never seen this, man. And like I'm a Liverpool supporter. Yes, no doubt. I'm only 35 years of age. My brothers are 50 years of age, and they followed Liverpool. All my brothers have followed Liverpool back in the days of Gobbler. So I grew up like loving Liverpool because my brothers, like, you know. So I wasn't back in the day. I remember when I was a young fella and they were holding me and throwing me around the place and everything like that. But I wasn't back in the day when we won things. So I want us to get back in that zone. And I think the only way we're going to get back in that zone is trust in Klopp.
Yeah, of course. I think if we all do trust in Klopp and we give him the time and the patience, like as Klopp said when he first come in, you know, it's about projects, takes time, getting there. I think he's proved already how much we've changed since he's come in. The team change on and off the pitch. There's a great feeling, isn't there, mate, to be a Liverpool supporter right now. Obviously, we're talking about the Spurs game on Saturday.
That's going to be a risky one, Daz. That's going to be one of these ones, man. We got Spurs on Saturday, and we got fucking PSG. So I'm kind of like, what's the more important one? For me, the Spurs game is more important because it's the league. I can take a draw at PSG. You know, it's a group challenge. Like, I mean,
yeah,
we need if we're going to challenge the title, we need that. But it's, you know, it's one of those ones where I'm just crying in my bed, kind of going, Jesus, can we not win it all? But we can't.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think so many people, if you ask them what they want from Liverpool this year, it's like gold out for the league. So I don't think you're too far off the mark with, I think so many Liverpool supporters will say the same as you, that you look at the Champions League group and you go, okay, a draw against PSG, we'll take that, and 3 points in the league, that's what we want. So I'll be interested to see what everyone else says in the live chat.
Yeah, surely, definitely. That. Can we get like a 1 for the league and a 2 for the Champions League? We'll see what's happening. Like, you know, I think everyone will go for like a 1. I'd be more league myself. Let's get the league done because we haven't won the league since fucking, you know, since my brothers were like young and I was like a fucking baby. You know what I mean? What do you think?
We need to win the league, man. We need to win the league because that's the one thing that I hate as a Liverpool supporter. You got friends that support Man United, friends that support these other clubs. You have arguments with them, and the one thing they throw in your face is that league all the time. You won the Premier League.
Yeah,
I hate it, mate.
I have a lot of friends that are Man United supporters. They grew up with Man United supporters. They probably joined Man United because they were at the top. The reason why I didn't join the top because I don't like being in the top. I like the underdog. And number two is that fucking Liverpool is just, I don't know what about. There's something about Liverpool that you just fucking love, man. I know it's about, man. It's just, they're great people. Do you know what I mean? Everyone in Liverpool, they're all sound. Do you know what I mean? Everyone around there is sound. And I can't wait to, I'm coming over to the City game in about 3 weeks. we're going to have to meet up.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It would depend, obviously. We try and work something out, but yeah, we try and work something out. You'll have to message me and we will try and sort something out. It depends on, around it and that, because at the moment I've literally, everything's a mess at the moment for me, mate, off the stream to that. But if we can, mate, then definitely, because it'd be an absolute pleasure to try and meet you, mate. I know you've been on the channel for ages.
All that's going to happen, Dad, is that I'm going to meet you, you're going to meet me, I'm going to sort everything out, we'll all meet up, we'll get on the live stream, do a live YouTube, get all, nice one, whoever gave that fucking £5.
More so, good to see you in here tonight, Colin, mate.
Yeah. And that's, it's all, you're bringing people together, man. You're bringing everyone together. And that's what you're...
It's a nice thing to be able to try and put a platform there for Liverpool supporters to be able to talk to each other, and that's why I like doing these call-ins as well, because I feel like it's something else that I can be able to get you guys to be able to get your views out about Liverpool as well. Like I can sit in front of the camera and talk about Liverpool, but
we wouldn't be talking.
There you go. But like I say, I just appreciate you guys joining in, and like you calling in tonight, mate, and your donations. Thank you so much. Again, more so, thank you so much for your £5 donation, mate. I hope you're good today. Me and more so met through this channel, and we talk now regularly off of the channel. Like we've become really, really good mates. And yeah, thank you so much for the donation, mate. Honestly, thank you so much for calling in tonight, mate. And I'm glad that we actually figured out Skype, because
I was freaked out of my head, man, because I was there like all the time. I watch a channel, I see it coming through, I see what's happening. I love listening to everyone's going Daz's Army, and they all love this stuff. And I was like going, oh, go on, you never walk alone. A bunch of Reds like getting together like and talking shit like, and it's good to discuss about. Like, Henderson is a big fucking thing, He's a big talk point. He is a big talk point. We understand that. Yeah. But even for the matter of you and you getting your channel together, and we all support you and we all love you.
Thank you so much, mate. Honestly, I really appreciate it. And I love you, and I love all of you as well. Honestly, like I say, without you guys, I would just be a lunatic sitting in front of a camera talking to myself.
No, you wouldn't. Not a chance, man. Your dad. You should like there's a bunch of us going over to the City game. Yeah. You should do a meetup. You should definitely 100% do a meetup. There's no big deal. We'll all support you. We'll whatever. If you got to get there, we'll pay for. We'll buy your ticket. I don't give a shit, man. Like, I don't care. Money's no object. If you need to get there, we'll get you there.
You're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you so much. Well, obviously, like I say, we need to message anyway, because if we can sort it, if I can get somewhere where you guys are going to be and cross over and we can try and meet up or whatever, then we will try to do it. Okay, mate? That would be fantastic if we could do that.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank you, Daniel, mate. Thank you for calling into the show, and thank you for your donations. You're an absolute legend, and we will speak again.
I hope all my rhetoric and stuff like that wasn't too submissive and stuff like that, and people agree with me or don't agree with me, but I'd like to hear from it anyway.
It's your views, mate, and that's what I always say. Get your views out there. People can agree with it, they can disagree. It's about listening to people's views, isn't it, and debating it. That's the cool thing. That's what I like. Right, speak to you later, mate. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, hopefully, and I'll speak to you soon. Call back another day, mate. You know how it works. Take care, mate. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, Roger.
What a legend. What an absolute legend. Obviously, speaking, about Jordan Henderson, we spoke about a lot of stuff there, but he had some big points to bring up there. He's not a fan of Jordan Henderson. Seems to be a bit of a main feature every live stream we do, talking about stuff. People either are a fan of his or not a fan of his. It's a massive talking point. He did just sign a contract at Liverpool, so maybe that's why it's fresh in people's minds. Does Jordan Henderson start against Spurs? Does he not? I went with Genie, Milner and Keita for my midfield 3, but good to see you guys join me. Please, if you're enjoying the content, leave it a thumbs up and share it to your friends as well. For Liverpool supporters, get as many Liverpool supporters involved so that we can hear their views on Liverpool as well. Also says, you're welcome, mate. Honestly, mate, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I hope, like I say, I hope you're doing well today. We will follow on our conversation, our little inbox. Nigel says, the next generation are the future. You're very right, Nigel. You are very right. Or he says, Dazza Army. Oh, Dazza's got an army. Dazza's army. Sounds weird, doesn't it? Cornwall says, hiya, Dazza. Hiya, Cornwall, mate. How are you tonight? Good to see you're in here. I love seeing your name because it just reminds me of, yes, I want to live in Cornwall and it will happen very soon. That is the plan. What else have we got? Gary says, Dazza Sturridge has a chance to kick on for one. It all hangs on how the boy Wonder Brewster does when he comes back from injury. One is counting down the hours, Dazza. Yes, you're very right there, mate. You are very right indeed. Does Brewster come in and absolutely smash it? Oh, I hope he does. I hope Brewster comes in and absolutely lights it up because that would be a massive plus for Liverpool. Really would. Let's face it, if Brewster come in and was ridiculously good, in games like this against Spurs and you've got PSG around the corner, you could be going, right, does Brewster play against PSG? Does Brewster play in a Spurs game? Does he play half a game? Daniel Sturridge should be looking to play half a game at least in one of these games, or play. But you don't know how much his body can handle, do you? With his fitness levels, with injuries. You don't know. Leon says, oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi, how are you, Leon? I hope you're good today. Oi says, Wenger in fam. Yes. Nelboy says, Daz Army. You're right, Nelboy, mate. How are you tonight? Paul says, Lol Oisk miss Wenger too. Yes, Gary says, I agree with the caller. He speaks a sound mind, Dazza. Yes, Daniel is back in the chat. Good to see. He says, thanks, Daz. No, thank you to you, Daniel, mate. Firstly, for your donations. I really appreciate it, mate, honestly, and for your great calling as well. I think you were spot on. It was really good to hear your voice because, like I say, I've known that you've been a subscriber on my channel for absolute time, and to actually be able to put a voice and, you know, your views, and it's just some of you guys I read and I see your names and I see these little tags and stuff, but to actually be able to hear your voices, it just makes a bit more of a bond there, doesn't it? You know, you guys have become real good friends of mine. I speak to you like daily on live chats or on messages on other social media platforms like the Facebook group, or you inbox me on everything, you email me or whatever. But to be able to hear your voices and to be able to talk to you on a live call-in, guys, I absolutely love it, honestly. It's the next step for the channel, and that's what I'm really enjoying. So Daniel, thank you so much to you, my friend. Oisk says, Daz, can I get a fist pump? Always, Oisk. Always. Boom. Fist pump to you, Oisk. Hope you've had a great day, mate. I love giving out the fist pumps when you guys want them. British says, I'm a big fan of Henson as he works hard and his work goes unnoticed like biscuits, or like briskets, however we say brisket's name. Yes. Pratesh, there's a lot of people that are fans of Henson's as well. He took a bit of criticism recently, I think, because of the contract signing. A few people are saying, look, I'm not a fan of his. Richard says, Dazarinho. Yes, or Dazaringo. Ringo Dazza. That's what we need. It should be like, we should have a slogan, shouldn't we? Call Dazza. Tell Dazza. Talk to Dazza. What should it be? What should the slogan be, guys? Come on. Tell Dazza about it. You know, we got like pillar talk and stuff like that. Maverick's gone with a 1 there, so Maverick is giving his opinions on the phone call as well. Thank you, Maverick. Good to see you in here tonight, mate. I hope you're good. Daniel says, I hope the points boys were on form. Please let him know. Yeah, you're Neville Clone. You're Neville Clone to you, and yeah, let him know, guys, whether you agreed with him, disagreed, whether like I say, it's about hearing everyone's views on this channel, giving your own views, having a debate, respecting people's opinions, and just sharing your views as well. That's the main thing. I've said I want this channel to be about that. You know, we can all have difference of opinions and not be petty about it and arguing over it. You can just go, okay, you know, that's your opinion, this is my opinion. That's the debate about it. It's football. That's the great thing about football. There's so many good debates to have about it. And we won't use the term mass debates in that sense either, will we? Because there's a lot of us on here, but you get the gist, guys. We can have a good thing. That has been used before when I've said that. So yes, we won't go back there. James says, I see Liverpool win 2-0. Thank you so much, James. Yes, honestly, it would be great. Obviously, my score prediction is 2-1. I would love to keep a clean sheet, James, so it would absolutely be fantastic if we could do that one. Nellboy says, I think 3-1 to the Mighty Reds. Thank you, Nellboy, for your score prediction as well. Anyone else that's just joined, if you want to throw your score predictions in there, I'm reading the live chat as we stand. So, yeah, or as we sit, should I say? Yeah, obviously, put your score predictions in there. I can read them now. Wouldn't compare Hendo to Busquets, says Junior. Connor says, great calling. You can always love an Irish Liverpool fan. You can, mate. You can always love Liverpool fans in general, can't we, Connor? Let's face it, Liverpool fans are all around the world. And that is, like I say, hearing people's accents and voices and putting that to their pictures and names for me is fantastic. Royster says, ask Dazza. Yes, Royster. Ask Dazza. Give Daz a bell. Says no way. Give Daz a bell. Yeah, give Daz a bell, mate. Give Daz a bell. Ding-a-ling. Junior says, Dazza's Ojo loving army. I don't really love Ojo, to be honest. I think he's a good player. I don't know whether he will ever be fully good enough in a sense to break into Liverpool's first team because of the quality that we've got. But Junior says, like the smash button, people. What else have we got here? Miggs says 3-1 to Liverpool. Thank you so much. Govin says Bobby to score. Oh yes, I would like Bobby to score. I was thinking at Mane and Salah to score in this one, but it's easy to say that they would score. I would like to see Bobby continue to score. That'd be nice. Richard says, Daniel, I feel like we always compare men like Hendo to Stevie G. That makes it hard for them to be the man. I agree with that, Richard. I think that's a very valid point. I think that's one of my problems with it, Richard. I think as I was, and I probably still do, compare him to Gerrard, which I shouldn't at all. It's just because he's captain in that sense, and you look at it and the comparisons there, English, and you just think you're not Steven Gerrard, but no, he's not. He's Jordan Henderson, isn't he? He's Jordan bloody Henderson. He's Liverpool captain now, and you got to stop looking at him as what Gerrard did for us. And if Jordan Henderson wins the Premier League as Liverpool captain, he did one better than Gerrard in that sense, didn't he? So it's difficult, guys. It really is. You can't compare him in that sense at all. It's not fair to do that, is it? But Gerrard, what a player he was, and it is difficult. It really is. Pritesh says Kane is going to score an own goal and cry to the FA to count it towards his goal tally. Yes, I love that. Or he says, well, I hate the new sound of liking the video. Hate the new sound of liking the video. What do you mean, Oisk? What do you mean? I don't get that, but let me know, Oisk. Would an away draw be the worst thing in the world? It wouldn't, Josh. It wouldn't. I think a lot of Liverpool supporters feel like it would, but it wouldn't. It really wouldn't. It would be nice to think that we could get the 3 points, and we should be going there for the 3 points, shouldn't we, Josh? But it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. There's a lot worse, isn't there, mate? Damien says 3-0. I think we will overrun that midfield. They don't like the press. They don't like the press, Damien. And I think, as you say, we could get at them and we could hurt them. I like your 3-0 prediction. If we do press them hard, then we could rattle them. Neil Boy says, give Dazza's Bell a go. I knew I was opening myself up to this. Gary says Dazza Garcia, Dazza Fowler, Dazza McAllister, or you'll love this one, Dazza Becker. Yes, Dazza Becker. Dazza the Liverpool maniac Becker. Richard says it's the inherent nature of our club. It is, Richard. It's so true, mate. It is. Nell Boy says ring a ding, ring a dong. He says Daz gets people to like it. Thumbs up. Daz gets people to like it. Daz gets people to like it. What do you mean? What, the way I get people to like it, or I should get people to like the videos? I don't know. Again, sorry, mate. You know what I'm like on these late night live streams. My brain starts to get frazzled. We've been going for like an hour and a half, so I'm going to end it in a second, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you and getting the live, phone-ins on this one. Daniel, absolutely brilliant. More so with a donation. And Daniel, thank you so much to you guys. You're both absolute legends. Connor, fantastic at the beginning of this one. for me, as I say, Liverpool v Spurs. 2-1, I went with a score prediction, but I would love another clean sheet. It's an away game. So we should be going there for the 3 points. I'm not scared of Spurs in any way, shape or form. I think we should be confident as fans. I think, we should look at this one that we could definitely get the 3 points in this one. But there's been a couple of comments. It wouldn't be the end of the world if we did get a draw, but yeah, I would still feel disheartened if we come away with it with a draw, because we're Liverpool Football Club and we want to get there. Daniel, have you just donated again? You're an absolute legend. Honestly, thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much. Oh my God, from the bottom of my heart, you're an absolute legend. Daz, love your show. Just a nice guy. See you for the City game. Pints on me. Yeah, like I say, if I could do it, Daniel, then definitely. Honestly, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel, massive round of applause to Daniel. Massive shout out to Daniel. True gent for the donations. And he did say about doing a meet-up. So, guys, we need to get a meet-up sorted, don't we? We definitely need to get a meet-up so that I can meet a lot of you, because it would be an absolute pleasure, wouldn't it? Daniel, yeah, if we can, mate, I really need to meet you. And your generosity has blown me away tonight, mate, honestly. It really has. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Michael's just joined. He says, hey, mods. Hey, Michael. I'm just going. Sorry, mate. I've been going for over an hour and a half, mate. It's very late as well. I hope you're good, though, Michael, mate. I hope you're good. It's been a pleasure. Like I say, everyone, it has been a pleasure. What else have we got? We have Xabi Alonso playing goalkeeper, says Govin. My points were valid. Daniel, mate, they're your points. So, as I always say to everyone, your points are valid to you. So, of course. And I think it was great that I've been able to have a call in tonight with you to be able to get your views out there. That's what I like. Being able to take these call ins. Junior says, Daz says that he doesn't love Shea Ojo. You won't believe what happens next. What happens? An absolute meltdown. Michael says, yep, Daz, I would love to meet up. And he says, yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Good to hear it, Michael. Oh, yeah, I know, mate. Michael, you're another one that I want to meet up with. I want to meet up with all of you guys, honestly. Some of you guys have been here from day one. Some of you guys have just joined the channel. But as many of you guys that I can meet in the future as possible would be fantastic. Coming in today, you're all Liverpool supporters, and what's not better than talking with Liverpool supporters every day, but meeting Liverpool supporters as well. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? So yeah, like I say, if we can sort that out, guys, and we can sort out a meet, then top draw. That'd be great if we could do that, wouldn't it? But guys, absolutely fantastic. Connor, absolute pleasure having you on tonight. Top views from you, mate. Great to have you on the show. As always, guys, check out On The Bench LFC Liverpool FC fans group on Facebook if you haven't already and you're on Facebook. It's a great group. It's great. It's got over 2,000 Liverpool supporters on there. It's a great group to be a part of. Connor's one of the mods on there. You can catch him on there. Follow me on Twitter if you're on Twitter as well. On The Bench LFC on Twitter. Just different places, different faces. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your days, guys. All right. And I hope you enjoyed this stream as well. Please leave a thumbs up if you have. Share it on your social media platforms. And Daniel says, Daz, hit my Skype. I'll be in Liverpool for the McGregor fight. Okay, Daniel, mate. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your days, guys. All right. Take it easy. I've been On The Bench LFC. You've all been legends. I will see you in the next one. Bring on Spurs.